is Tomás López. I'm from Quito, Ecuador, and there's something I'd like to tell you.
We live in a world in which apparently everything is okay. People try to hide their problems because it takes less time than looking for the way to solve them. Everybody's worried about what kind of clothes they wear, but our ancestors wore all similar clothes made out of animal skin and lived happy. Even the simplest thing like saying hello has been lost. Saying hello or greeting, as a definition, is an act of communication in which human beings intentionally make their presence known to each other. The word intentionally means that greeting comes from every person's good manners and is not something we're forced to do. But we do it anyway, because we know it's the right thing to do. Or do we? I think small things like greeting or opening the door for someone are the kind of things which can make a big change in our society. I was hopeful about people here in Ecuador, so I decided to make an experiment in the place I live. I hid behind a wall and waited for people to come around. When I saw them, I said hello and waited for them to answer me back. The results I got really shocked me. In the time I was there, 20 people came around, 13 men and 7 women, and only 6 of them answered me back. The rest of them just walked away and kept going on with their lives as if nothing had happened. Apparently nothing happened, right? Well, actually, in past cultures like Romans, greeting was taken more seriously. At the point there was a different way of saying hello for men and women. Here in Ecuador, indigenous communities use 14 different ancient languages. Some of them have more than one way of greeting, but the fact is that none of those languages uses a word for saying hello. Maybe that is because of a reason. But greeting is not the only way of being respectful. What about being kind to your clients at a job? There is a curious case in my country. Normal taxi drivers are protesting and complaining about Uber and a private taxi company called Cabify taking their jobs and clients. The problem here is that in different transportation brands like Uber or Cabify, you get the taxi driver to treat you how you should be. They open the door for you, offer you water, ask you for the type of music you want to listen to, and talk to you. In national normal taxi companies, you are lucky if you get the taxi driver to stop the car where you are. Until now, people in my city still prefer to use private taxi companies instead of common taxi. It is not a big deal to understand why, right? What about manners at a public space? I don't know what happens in different parts of the world, but here in Ecuador happens this. You are in a public bus and the person sitting next to you is listening to music without earphones. That is actually pretty annoying whether you like the music they are listening to or not. I bought some cool earphones at the supermarket for just $1. Maybe, instead of bothering others, we could look forward to buying earphones, or maybe just not listening to music at all. Or what about when you take your pet for a walk, especially dogs? You should pick up your dog's waste that has been left and throw it away, because if you don't, it could bother other people walking through the place, and even contaminate the place you're on. And one of the most important missing manners, generosity, the quality of being kind and generous. The society we live in would be so much better if everyone was generous, wouldn't it? Who doesn't love the feeling when someone opens the door of the place you're entering for you? And that's the fact. You don't need to be kind to other people, but the feeling you provide to that person you're being kind to has no comparison. The point of generosity at the end is helping other people. My mom bought a box at the church and we're filling it with food and clothes. When the box is totally filled up, we're giving it away to a foundation that takes care of orphan children. The smile on their faces when they receive the gift is unbelievable. That's what generosity is about. What I've been trying to tell is that even though there are big problems in the society we live in, there's no way we solve them unless we first focus on the tiny ones, which are small but not insignificant. Good manners may be a good way to start. They are very important, but sadly, they have been slowly disappearing for the past years. The small details such as opening the door for someone, greeting, are the ones that make a difference. So let's think about it. We have two options. Whether we keep going on with our normal lifestyle and leave these silly problems mentioned before without a solution, or we actually try to make a difference in our society and culture by just being generous and kind with other people.
Now the decision relies on you!
Just always remember that it doesn't matter what your answer is, you're not the only one living in this planet. We are a society for a reason.